friends. Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Big Daddy.
We are just made it to the hospital. We're a few minutes early. I'm coming today to get my stitches out of my hand. Hopefully he will remove all those stitches today because they're beginning to itch. And it's driving me a little bit crazy. So Big Daddy left work today about lunchtime.
Yeah.
And
right
came
to lunch,
came and picked me up, and so we've made it here a little early. But we're gonna head in, and I will check back with you guys in just a little bit. As we were walking in the hospital, I seen this pretty beautiful bushes, all the pretty pink flowers, and thought I would just share this with you guys. So I just got a small quick clip to share this beauty with you. Aren't they beautiful? And it's just a sunny, beautiful day here in Monroe, Louisiana. I just thought I would share that. Here is one last look at the stitches in my hand before Dr. Taylor comes in to remove them. Now, this isn't anything gross or squeamish, really. He just snips them and pulls them. But if you don't want to see that, you can skip forward. There's going to be some pretty scenery here coming up. Here we go. Dr. Taylor's just snipping those little stitches and pulling them out. And it doesn't hurt real bad, but it kind of pulls when he's pulling them out. It does pull a little bit, but not too bad. Not anything, that's so painful you can't stand it or anything. So he's just snipping them out. I think I counted 7 or 8 stitches in there. That might have been number 2, so we'll see. You can count. I can't count and talk at the same time. We all know that, right? But anyway, so he's just removing them. He's very gentle. He just kind of pulls them out so he can get his little blade under there and just cuts them. Cuts them right out. At the end of the appointment, he did say, I hope I don't ever have to see you again. We always say that to each other because, it's not a good thing to see him because he's, the last stop. The buck stops here. He's the cutting man. So, yeah, he's not the one you want to have to go to in my situation. He's just talking away and just explaining stuff to me like I hadn't been through this, 7 times. I kind of crack up at him a little bit because he's explaining stuff to me like this is my first rodeo. I rode this horse a bunch of times, got bucked off and got back on and riding it again. But he's such a cool doctor. He has cool stories, and you can see all the little holes where the stitches were. Those will close up. It'll look a lot better in a few weeks. It'll look different in a few weeks. It is such a beautiful day here in Monroe, Louisiana. Big Daddy and I thought we would just ride across the levee and let you guys see what's on the other side. We're on the Monroe side right now, and that is the Ouachita River. We're going up over the levee, and we now see the Ouachita River. There are lots of people there that live in houseboats down there, so that's what we're going to see right here is some houseboats where people live. This is really a beautiful river. Now, I wouldn't want to swim in there because there's alligators and, probably lots of stuff. I just wouldn't want to swim in it. As an adult. As a kid, I did. But I got more sense now, right? So, people live in those boats, and you see a house on the other side of the levee. That's the West Monroe side of the levee. So, there's a place over there, just like we came over the levee. There's a place over on West Monroe where you can come over the levee also. And some places along the inside of the levee here, like we are now, there are some Airbnbs along there, and so that's nice for people who want to come and stay, you know, or passing through or something and want to stay in a Airbnb and have a nice scenery. But yeah, that's Ouachita River. You can see, if you look down, you can, at the bank there, you can see the water was much higher and it has went down a lot. So I'm thankful for that, because when the water's high, I tend to, you know, worry about flooding, but it has went down and it looks, you know, good. No fears. So we're going to drive on around and, you know, just show you the scenery of the river as we're riding by. Now, over this levee, right on the other side of that levee, is where Dakota lives. He lives there in downtown Monroe in the Garden District. So over the levees where just right over that levee, he walks his dog up to the levee all the time to get a little exercise. And we didn't even go by and see if he was at home or anything. If he was, this was at 5 o'clock and he gets off work at 4, so he would have been too tired to see his parents, to deal with the parents. I'm sure we called Elijah and say, your parents came by. So anyway, we're making the loop around. Big Daddy's driving really slow. I think he's driving slow, so you know the video is not just so fast it's a blur. Anyway, I guess that's some pumps or something like that. I don't know. At one time we had a boat called the Twin City Queen, and on Sundays you could go and ride that boat up and down the river here. And Big Daddy's daddy, he was a police sergeant, but he often took on little side jobs and stuff, as policemen often do, and he would ride the boat as security. He didn't ever have to do anything, but on Sundays when Big Daddy was working, this is before Dakota was born, if Big Daddy was at work and I had my Sunday off and wasn't doing anything, I would go and ride the Twin City Queen with him. And then when Big Daddy was off work, he would come and we would all just go visit with him and ride the river on the Twin City Queen. And it eventually sank, and I don't know why they didn't repair it and bring it back, because it was a fun thing that people like to do, because it was always packed on Sundays. I think that's the only day of the week that they did that, but it was always a line of people waiting to get on that boat. See, that sky is just beautiful. I can't get enough of that here lately. And there again, you can see where the water was up and has went down. We just passed it. But you could tell on the bank a little bit back. But it's beautiful, and there's lots of people out there just enjoying it. I was happy to see that, because it's a beautiful day, and glad to see that people were able to get out and enjoy our river. We used to bring our dogs and walk them around this park too. When the kids were younger, we'd pack a lunch, pack some schoolwork up, and we would come and we'd pack the dogs too, like that wasn't a distraction from schoolwork. And we would bring a lunch and just sit and enjoy doing schoolwork out by the river and letting the dogs run around on leashes and eat lunch and stuff. So we did a lot of school days here. My kids should have a lot of memories of that. And this is we've turned the curve and we're going back up the levee now. And so that's just some little ponds that's on that side. The river is actually on the other side, on Big Daddy's side of the car now. There's some ponds, but I often see people fishing out there. I don't know if we've ever fished. Maybe Elijah has. Yeah, I do believe Elijah's fished out there before. It's a great place to come and just sit by the water, and I love water. I love being near water. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all so you could see some beauty of our town. Let's Trying to see if it was running out, but it's not. It's got a little bit more. I thought it was over. But anyway, yeah, such a beautiful sky. I love that. It'd have been nice to get out, and, enjoy that for a little bit, but I don't think Big Daddy was in the mood to do that. He was pretty tired, wanted to come on home, I'm sure, so that's what we did. We just rode through here and then headed home. Oh, we had to stop and get gas. I was trying to think, did we stop anywhere? Yeah, we did stop and get gas and then headed home, but yeah, that is a pond by Ouachita River. Hope you enjoyed these clips. We have made it back home, and I am back to crocheting. And I'll tell you what, I'm so relieved to have those stitches out. It's not hurting. Those stitches aren't hurting anymore. Not that they were that very painful, but they were itching, and I kept snagging it, and I could have put a band-aid on it, but really I just wanted air to get to it so it could heal. But it looks really good. All those holes with the stitches were, they'll close up. So it looks really good. It's a little bit of the flap overlap right there, you can see, but it'll probably smooth on out. I remember some of these looked like that at times, when it first happened. And so, yeah, so now I am back to crocheting. But I wanted to let you all know an update on Elijah, because I think when I last videoed, he was going to the ER. He has flu B, and so they gave him a work excuse, and in the emergency room they gave him nausea meds because he was throwing up in the ER, and he tried to get them to give him hang a bag of saline for him, but they said he wasn't dehydrated, which I don't know how he couldn't be if he said he hadn't been able to eat or hold down fluids for a few days. So I don't know how he couldn't have been dehydrated. He thought he was dehydrated. He said he felt super weak and just thought for surely he was dehydrated as much as he had thrown up, but they wouldn't do a saline bag. They said he was good. So I guess they know. But him being EMT, and he just knows. But plus, he's been sick his whole life. He knows what it feels like to be dehydrated and to, want, and needing that fluid, when you need fluids. So he's experienced that his whole life. Even as a small kid, he could tell when he was dehydrated. But anyway, he said he got his meds yesterday. I mean, when he went to the ER, it was the middle of the night, so he couldn't get his prescriptions filled until the next morning. And he said he got those filled, and hopefully, stuff will kick in and he'll start getting over it. I don't know what they gave him or anything, but anyway, I asked him, is anybody there singing Soft Kitty to you? He said no. I would have held him and rocked him and sang Soft Kitty. Do y'all know that song, Soft Kitty? Warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty. Is it happy kitty, sweet kitty? Purr, purr, purr. Yeah, I would have held him and rocked him and sang him that. Anyway, I'm glad he went on to the ER. But hopefully he will start feeling better. Can't have my boy sick. I did show the orthopedic doctor. I showed him today my finger hook, and he got a kick out of that. He liked my finger hook. So I've crocheted with this one, but I took that one today with me just so he could see that hook. But anyway, he sat and talked with us for a long while. I was his last case today, and he sat and talked with us about a lot of stuff that most doctors aren't going to sit and talk with you about. And, I did ask him about the vitamin K's. He prescribed me 10,000 units of vitamin K3 a day. And my other doctor prescribed me vitamin D2, 50,000 once a week. And he said, just take the 10,000 a day. He said that D2 is not going to absorb in your body. So you need this D3. And for the reasoning we are given given the vitamin D to begin with, I need the D3. Because we're trying to combat inflammation in my body. And so that, and adding in some other over-the-counter things that he has, I had him to, make sure my prescriptions that I am already taking, nothing's going to be like too much of something or, counter clock anything else, like I don't want to be taking one medicine for this and another medicine that does the opposite of that, And so, he looked at everything and said, I feel like it's all good, but if you want to, run it by the pharmacist. If that would make you feel better to ask the pharmacist when you're in there and they're not busy. So that's probably what I will do anyway. Just because she knows me, and she's going to, when I see her in there, she's going to say, oh, hey, Miss Miller, how are you? And I can say, well, I just wanted to ask you about, some medications I'm taking over the counter and make sure nothing is fighting against each other or too much of something or whatever, and she'll check. But today he added in vitamin K3. And so I'm going to do that now. Add that in to the meds that he had already had me to start taking, which are all over-the-counter meds. And we will see. But the vitamin K3, he said, well, I won't get into that. Anyway, so I may even end up taking, I can't think of the name of it now, so I shouldn't have even said that. Never mind. Never mind. But he did talk with us a very long time. We had great conversations, and then we started to leave. He's like, let me tell you this one more little funny story. So he's awesome. He's a very blunt doctor who tells you like it is, and I appreciate that so very much. And we talked about things like, okay, so I'm not diabetic, but if I were diabetic, where would they take my blood at? And already I'm iffy about people poking my fingers with testing blood sugars because I don't want to create an ulcer on any of these fingers I have left. As a matter of fact, that one could be what happened to it, because when I was in the hospital in Shreveport back in December, I guess I was in ICU, and that must be their protocol, is to take the blood sugar. I don't know. They just insisted I was diabetic. And I'm like, I'm not diabetic. I don't think I am. And so they wanted to take my blood sugar, and I asked them, I said, is there anywhere you can test, poke besides my fingers? And they were like, no, it has to be done, and she did on the side of that finger there, right, right close to where that blood clot formed in there, actually. So I'm very iffy about that anyway. And so Dr. Taylor was saying we'd have to get one of those Dexcon machine things, like on your shoulder or wherever. You could put it on your stomach or whatever. But he said, yeah, you don't want anybody poking on your fingers. And from now on, I will be more firm about that. I mean, not that I got that many left. You know, I got a thumb and a pinky, and I want to keep them. I don't want to lose them. So, and then I told him also at the hospital, when I was in there, when they check my blood sugar, and they check it in my fingers, it's going to be like anywhere from 40 to 36, 20-something, 18, or even 16. When they check it in my fingers, that's what my blood sugar is going to be. But when they panic and they jump up to your port to draw some blood real fast to test it, it'll be normal. So it wouldn't do any good to be poking my fingers and testing blood sugar anyway. So I told him about all that, and he's just like, you are just a puzzle. He said, you really need to be like over in England and some doctors like, you know, studying you. Well, if that's the only way I'm going to get over there to visit some of you, y'all tell them doctors they might want to just bring me over so they can study me and I can visit with you guys. I know a lot of you are over that way. Anyway, and he said England because there's some doctors on YouTube that he follows from England. And so that's why he said that. And that's why he said England. But anyway, back during COVID, I did a lot of research, and he did too. And so we were just like talking about that and comparing information and stuff. And I don't want to get into that because I sure don't want no debates on my channel whatsoever. But we're all free to have our own opinion. I don't want to change anybody's opinion. I don't want anyone trying to change my opinion. But anyway, so, but I'll say he and I are on the same page. And, and I have family members that we're not on the same page. So I already got people not on the same page as me. I don't need anybody else. But anyway, we had great conversations and all that today. I told him, you know, I'm crocheting. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of hard to get going, but I've done it. And I've, you know, I'm determined. I'm gonna crochet. So, but yeah, he was like, well, I'm proud of you for carrying on and not letting this. He said, most people, they'd just be sitting there and wouldn't even try because they'd say, I can't without even trying. And I said, well, I can't just sit there. As long as I can do something, I mean, I don't have to be doing something. If something happens to my pinky and thumb or whatever, I mean, they're going to have to, like, tape a crayon. I mean, right now I can hold a pencil, but if I was to lose my thumbs and my pinky, they're just going to tape a crayon to my hand and let me sit there and color, okay? I'd have to do something. I cannot just sit there and not do something, do anything. So we'll be taping crayons to my hand and let me color in an adult coloring book or kitty coloring book or whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I told him that, you know, I'm going to try. And if I just totally, you know, for anything, I'll try. And if I totally cannot do it, then I'll ask for help. But, such as yesterday when I was making Stormy, if you saw this morning's video and watched to the end, you saw that I made, an art doll named Stormy who represents what I'm going through. And so I was trying to do that fishing line, trying to tie that fishing line to do those beads and such. And I tried several times. You saw me on camera. After I turned the camera off, I was trying some different ways. And I turned the camera off because I thought, well, if I bring it up closer to me, I might be able to do it. Because, when you're on the camera, you're holding stuff out away from you, doing it. And when you're off camera, you hold it up more natural, So I tried that. I tried several more times, and I just couldn't do it. And so I had to admit that I couldn't do it. So that's why I, got Big Daddy to get it and do it. But I'm going to try, And then if I just cannot do it, I will ask for help. But sometimes, Big Daddy's like, he'll watch me struggling with something and he'll say, why are you so stubborn? I'll be like, what do you mean? He's like, why are you sitting there trying? You can just hand it to me and I'll do it. But he's at work. Most of the time he's at work. Okay, you're with me right now, but what do I do when you're not with me? So, yeah. There comes Sassy. I know, I ran off and left you today, didn't I? Yeah, lay down. Here, you want to look at this mouse? Look, Sassy. Oh, he went the wrong way. What was that, Sassy? Until she's a little bit scared, like she ain't quite sure. What do you think, Sassy? I don't know. She don't act like she's quite sure what to do with it. Sassy, if you see any real of these, you better get them. If you ever see a real one, you better get it. Yeah. She's like, I was going to lay down and you're bugging me. Sassy, you bug me when I'm laying down too. She always has to come snuggle with me. And when she comes to get in the bed with me, like I'll be dozed off or whatever, or laying there watching my iPad, and she comes and she gets my blanket and she taps my blanket. She wants me to pull it back for her. So I have to hold the blanket up, and then she comes and spins around and lays down there. But yeah, she taps that blanket like, pick it up, woman, pick it up. I'm the boss. And that's only when Phoebe's not close by. Do you like that mouse? So I can't remember what I was saying before Sassy jumped up here. I don't know what I was talking about, or if I finished that thought process or not. But anyway, I'm going to crochet on this, and I'm going to watch season 14 just started of Little People Big World, and it started last night, but I didn't get to watch it last night. And then today, Angela's already watched it, either last night or this morning, but she said, you got to go watch it. She was laughing. I mean, we laugh. We always watch the same shows, and then we talk about them and discuss them and have a good laugh, But anyway, she's like, you've got to go watch that. And she was telling me just a little bit. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'll be watching that while I'm crocheting tonight. Yup. So the home health nurse came out today. Okay, so the first nurse that ever came, remember, she tried to come one day and she never did show up, but then she came the next day, but she still came at a different time than what she told me she was coming, several hours later. And then the nurse who's came twice, I believe, 2 Wednesdays in a row. She comes, when she says she's going to be there, she's here. And then, Friday, and the first nurse that came out in the beginning, she called and said, "You're scheduled for a nursing visit today." I don't know why they don't let you know this a day ahead of time. But anyway, I told her, I said, "Well, I'm in the car headed to Shreveport." And she said, "Oh," I told her, "I have a doctor's appointment today." And she said, "Okay, well, so I can't come?" And I'm like, "I'm in the car headed to Shreveport." "No." "You can go check on Phoebe if you want to." I don't know. But anyway, so then I hung up with her. And I said, "She'll probably come Monday." Well, Monday I didn't hear from her. Tuesday I didn't hear from her. This morning she called and said she was coming. And I said, "Can you tell me about what time? Because I want to know, just so that I'm up, dressed." I mean, I can't have my pajamas on, but so that I'm, together. I put myself together. Not that I do anything special, but, and I want to let Phoebe go out and potty before someone's coming and get her back in the house before, it's time for them to drive up. And use the bathroom before somebody's coming, or just be awake. Like if she had said, "Oh, I won't be there till 2, then I could have set my alarm on my phone and I could have laid down and took a nap. But she said, "I'll be there between 11 and 12, but before 12. And I said, "Okay." So I got on up and got everything done that I needed to do. And I got so sleepy sitting here, I could not hold my eyes open. 12:30 came. Sassy, stop. She loves screens and touching screens, and so she's over there on my Alexa. Alexa, stop. She's over there on my Alexa that's got the little screen on it, hitting it, trying to turn stuff on. She does that with my tablet, or if I'm even looking at my phone. If we're laying in the bed and I have my phone there, I have to take my case off to put it in this holder that I'm filming with. But if I'm sitting there and holding my phone, and she's laying here beside me, she reaches over and scrolls too. So I scroll, she scrolls, I scroll back up. We're fighting over which way the screen's going to go. If I'm reading something, I done missed it because she scrolled past it. But anyway, 1 o'clock came, she wasn't here, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I was talking to Angela on the phone. I said, if she would have said she wouldn't have been here till later, I could have took a nap, because I could barely hold my eyes open. Well, then Big Daddy called and said he had already left work. He was on his way to pick me up so we could go to this doctor's appointment. And then, so I went and got my clothes and was getting dressed for to go to the hospital. And she drove up at like 1:45. So she, come on in. And I said, well, my husband's going to be driving up in a minute. And I'm going to have to go because I got a doctor's appointment like I told you when you called. And so we went in there and was going over everything. And the reason why she came was because, and not the LPN, she's an RN. And she came because last time when the nurse came on that Wednesday, I had surgery, and anytime you have an incision, a wound, or anything like that, the RN is supposed to come and assess it and make sure it's good. So that was the reason why she was the one that came. So we're going over, any medicine changes, additions, all that kind of stuff. And then she says, the reason I was late is because I forgot to change the time in my car, and I didn't realize what time it was. Now, this is Wednesday. So what did you do Monday and Tuesday? And I asked her, I thought that. I was like, you've been in your car since Monday when the time changed. The time changed automatically on your phone. But Monday and Tuesday, what'd you do? You was late to your appointments or what? Anyway, so then I said, well, how many patients do you see a day? And she said, about 4. So she goes out and sees patients every day. But yeah, I was wondering, you know, I just don't think it was because of the time change in her car, because obviously she's worked Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, I just think that's rude for somebody to tell you they're going to be at your house at a certain time. And like I told Angela, okay, when she realized she wasn't going to make it by 12, she should have called me and checked to see if it was okay that she still came, or to, you know, to let me know, hey, I won't be there till closer to 2. And I could have said if that works for me or not. Or I could have went and took a nap and set my alarm and got up. Right? That's a little aggravating that somebody doesn't have the courtesy to call you and let you know what time, you know, to let you know, hey, I'm not going to be there. I mean, yeah, I'm at home, but what if I wanted to go record a video? I've got to just sit around and wait, and I can't do that until she's come and gone. Anyway, I just find that rude. I wanted to tell y'all this funny. So Zeke comes down, my little buddy Zeke that comes down and does some housework for me. You know, sometimes he scoops a litter box and takes out our garbage or sweeps or just whatever I ask him to do, you know. And we pay the kid to do these things for us. And I always, when I go to the grocery store, I always buy sodas for him, different cookies or chips, snacks that he likes. I mean, we have a whole box of shrimp ramen noodle soup in our laundry room, in the pantry part of our laundry room, that's his. None of us eat that. I buy that for him. I always buy him his own ice cream. The little, I don't know what size you call them, about a quart maybe, I don't know, of the little pints, small pints of, they look like pints of ice cream. I don't know what size they are. Are they pints? Maybe that's why I said that. It's little small containers of the ice creams, you know. You can get all the different flavors or whatever. I always keep him one in our freezer of the flavor he likes, and he's got several flavors he likes, so I'll get him some whenever I go to the grocery store. And, you know, we just keep foods in there for him. Pop-Tarts and stuff like that. Now, at their house, keep in mind, there's 9 of them. His mama is buying food for meals. She's not buying all this snack stuff, right? Because if she bought everybody's favorites for 9 people, she wouldn't even be able to afford the groceries for their meals, right? Because groceries are expensive. So I kind of cater to him, and, you know, we don't have any kids. It's just me and Big Daddy, so we're catering to him and buying snacks and stuff that he likes. Well, and let me tell you, while he's doing his schoolwork, he is on YouTube most of the time when he's supposed to be doing his schoolwork. He tells me about all these YouTube videos he watched and all this stuff. Well, I think what happened was when I put out that peep tasting video, because he's been watching me add to that stack. I had bought some peeps and put them on the counter, on a cake plate that was on the counter. And so every time he'd come down, I'd have a couple, 1 or 2 more packages there. And he knew I was saving those to do a video. And I would have loved to have let him and his siblings come and taste test those with us in a video, except his mom doesn't want them on a video. And I totally understand and respect that. So, but I know he's been dying to try those different flavors I was getting. And so I think what happened was he was doing his schoolwork and my video popped up, and he went and told his mom that he needed to go for a run to wake up. He came down, he ran all right. He ran all the way down here. He went in there and ate him a bunch of peeps. And then he said, I guess I better go. I told Mom I was just going for a run. I'd be right back. That tickled me so much. Like, he come in and he's like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? How's your hand? You know, I mean, he's very sweet kid. Very, very sweet. I just love him to death. But, he went on in there and fixed him something to drink and got him a peep. He came back in here eating a peep, telling me what he thought about it and how good it was and all. And then he finished that peep. He went and got him another one of a different flavor. So he tried them out. Except he ate whole peeps. Me and Big Daddy was just eating like a half a peep. I didn't even eat a half. I just bit some off and put the rest on a napkin that was on the table. I just took a bite of them and I just threw the rest away. But he was eating whole peeps. And so... But I love that. It tickled me to death because when someone comes to my home, I want them to feel comfortable to go in there and get them whatever they want. Fix them something to drink. If they see something in my pantry they want, they are more than welcome to get it. Or fix them some coffee or whatever. I just want people to feel comfortable enough in my home that they can just, you know, get up and go in there and get whatever they want. I love that. And so I love friends that are, you know, like that can just be comfortable in my home and go in there and fix them whatever they want. And Zeke does. And I love that. I'm thankful that he does feel that comfortable here at my house. But anyway, I just got the biggest kick out of that. I told Angela, I said, yeah, Zeke was doing his schoolwork. I think my video popped up and he ran all the way down here and ate him a bunch of peeps and ran all the way home. Oh gosh, I love him. So then the next day, he did the same thing. He ran down here, ate him some peeps. Didn't need me to do anything for you? I said, well, if you want to take that garbage out, you can. So he did. And then he ate a bunch of peeps while he was here, and then he ran back home. And then he said, I'll see you Thursday because you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, don't you? And I told him, yeah. So, I guess he'll be down Thursday to eat some more peeps. But when I do go back to Walmart, hopefully this weekend, because we are out of everything. And we just hadn't made it to Walmart. We just hadn't. We're hoping we can go this weekend, though. Oh, what I was going to say is I'm going to look and see if they still have peeps and get some to drop off for his siblings, him and his siblings, so they can do their own taste testing ones. Because they would enjoy that. So I thought I would just pick them up some packages, you know, and give to them. I think they'd like that. And I like doing for them. I love dropping them off something, you know, for Valentine's Day or different little holidays and things, you know. Halloween, I fixed them huge bags of candy and toys and stuff at Halloween. And then Christmas, I got them, the little ones, each a little something. And then whenever it's one of them's birthday, I'll drop them off a little something. But Zeke, actually, he always invites me to come to his birthday party, which is not this Sunday, but next Sunday on the 24th. He's having a birthday party. He wanted to make sure I knew when it was and that I was coming. Last year, he said... for me to come to his birthday party so I could talk to people. He knows I'm just sitting here by myself all day long every day. And he's like, you know, come to my birthday party so you can talk to people. And I had just finished that sweater, that granny pullover sweater. And then he was down here the week before his birthday And he said, I was finishing that up while he was here, actually. And he told me to wear that to my party so you can show people. He's very thoughtful like that. But anyway, guys, I hope you all are having a great day, great evening, whatever the time of the day you are watching this. I hope your day is going good. And yeah, I just hope you're having a good day and a blessed day. Like I said, I'm going to crochet on this and watch some Little People Big World. Enjoy that some, and I will see you all in the next video. I have a Joanne's Yarn haul coming up. Me and Big Daddy have a Q&A coming up. And I will have more videos crochet on this with a Q&A. I got to go and write down some questions that you guys have asked on the last couple of videos. And get back to that. What else? Seems like, let me see what else I got wrote down here. Joanne's, me and Big Daddy. Oh, Happy Mail. And Patina has some Happy Mail that I need to record. So I might record those this weekend and sprinkle them out through next week. She has gotten some packages and I just can't wait to show y'all what she got and to take some photos of her for Instagram. Sissy's talking. She is our talker. Although Sissy's going to the vet in the morning. I've been worried about her. I haven't said anything, but I've just been worried about her. She hasn't grown any since we got her. And matter of fact, ever since she got spayed, neutered, whatever it is, fixed, she has lost weight. And she's been wormed. She eats. I see her go eat. Like, I watch her eat every day. But she does not gain weight. And now all of a sudden she's lost a lot of weight and she just feels real bony when I'm holding her. So she is going to the vet in the morning. Big Daddy's going to drop, he's just going to be late for work and drop her off at the vet on his way to work. I think that's our best bet. And then they're just going to have to he may have to leave work early to go and pick her up. I don't know. But y'all, something like that. So think about Sissy. She's so tiny. She's like this tiny. I don't know that you can tell on video how tiny she is. Sassy, who is right here on the shelf above me, she has like tripled in size since we got her last January. Sissy hasn't grown any. Matter of fact, she's gotten smaller in the last 4 or 5 months. 4 months or so, she's gotten smaller. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried about her. I just want her checked out and make sure there's nothing going on there. But anyway, so that's what we have going on. Trying to see if we got anything else going on the rest of the week. I hope not, because I'm tired. I'm tired. I done enough. But anyway, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Love you. Remember, it's a beautiful day to crochet. Bye, friends.